Well, I really enjoy working in the outdoors. And I also enjoy the challenges and opportunities of planning environmentally sound activities on the National Forest.
Working for the Forest Service allows me to work in an urban setting, and I love what a city has to offer.
I enjoy working for the Forest Service because the Forest Service is people-oriented.
Living in a remote location gives me an opportunity to stay out of the downtown areas.
One of the things that I love about my job is that I get to be physically active.
We run programs such as Job Corps and senior programs that help people to help themselves. That's exciting and rewarding.
I like working for the Forest Service because I get to work outside most of the time, as well as work with a diverse group of people.
The Forest Service allows me to work outdoors, work in geology, and work with a lot of different professionals.
Working with the energetic and dedicated people that I do, who are trying to make a difference in the world through our research.
I have the opportunity to work a lot on the computer.
It's important to me to feel that I'm making a contribution both to my profession and to the good management of the natural resources we all value. And the Forest Service offers me an opportunity to do those things.
Well, I like working for the Forest Service because it's a challenge. And while working with the Forest Service, you know, it's just like a family to me.
The Forest Service has also given me an opportunity to be involved in projects dealing with barrier-free access to the forest for people with disabilities.
I believe probably the most important reason why I enjoy working for the Forest Service is because of the family relationship that the Forest Service truly has. Working together and trying to go and do the best job that we can possibly do.
As well as being a caring land management agency, the Forest Service allows you the time to spend with your family. It's a very family-oriented agency.
The Forest Service gives me the opportunity to live in these settings. Most people would drive 2 or 3 hours just to get into a place where we live.
I love working with my coworkers. They are really helpful. I enjoy working for the Forest Service because we all speak the same language.
Every day is a challenge and every day is different.
Hi, I'm Sarah Morgan, your host for this program about careers in the U.S. Forest Service. As you can see, there is a tremendous variety of career opportunities in the Forest Service, from working with the public to doing research in the lab to working in the outdoors. The list goes on and on. In this program, you'll learn about some of these careers as you meet a few Forest Service employees. We want to give you a good idea about what the Forest Service is all about, so you can see if a career in the Forest Service is something worth considering. Now, when you think about the Forest Service, you probably think of the obvious things like trees, mountains, rivers, and Smokey Bear. And while these things are a part of the picture, there's a lot more to the Forest Service than meets the eye. Why, there's computers, laboratories, office buildings, and the excitement of working in a big city. You might be asking yourself, just what is the Forest Service? Let's find out. This map of the U.S. shows the huge area of forests and grasslands that are the responsibility of the Forest Service. It takes a lot of people to manage these vast resources. The Forest Service has over 30,000 employees dedicated to protecting and managing over 200 million acres of forests and grasslands. Taking care of this huge area means caring for timber, wildlife, recreation facilities, air, water, grazing lands, soil, and minerals. It's a big job, and it takes highly skilled and dedicated employees. I'd like you to meet some of these employees and learn a little bit about their jobs. While each has a different job, I think you'll find that they all have one very special thing in common. They are committed to the Forest Service's mission of caring for the land and serving people.
Part of my job as a district hydrologist is determining which trees are needed to provide shade, to maintain cool summer stream temperatures, and which trees are needed to provide structures for fish habitat.
I manage the data collection for the inventory of the forest on the Pacific coast. It's really counting the trees and the vegetation using aerial photos and then going out on the ground and collecting the data.
As a purchasing agent, you look around the office here, and I buy the pencils, the paper, the furniture, the carpeting, and there's a lot of field items, compasses, firefighting equipment, with the nursery, farm equipment, tractors, There's just a lot of small items that over the course of a year total hundreds of thousands of dollars.
What I'm responsible for is ensuring that we take the decisions that we've made when we analyze different geographic areas and actually pick the areas on the ground that we're going to harvest trees and measure them so we know how many are out there, and then actually put a contract together that'll allow us to administer those activities of selling the timber.
When I first started working with the Forest Service, one of the main reasons why the job was attractive to me was that I could work out of doors. Now I'm involved in more of an office situation, and I found that there really are a lot of opportunities in wildlife management that go beyond working in the field. One of the parts of the job that's very interesting to me is keeping in touch with the current literature and research that's going on in wildlife.
My job entails working on a variety of projects on the district. I also do all the news releases for the district. I am also the public affairs contact for the news media, and also do all the public involvement programs here on the district.
As a contract specialist with the Forest Service, I write and negotiate contracts for all types of work. Everything from services like tree planting, to road construction, to building leases, and we even write contracts to produce videos like this one.
Part of being a resource geologist is spending a lot of time on extremely steep slopes in really bad weather. And one of the things that we do on these slopes is to try to evaluate whether the soils are going to stay on the slopes if we put in a timber sale, put in roads, or put in campgrounds.
I'm a troubleshooter, a leader, and a team player. I do not sit behind a desk and add up numbers all day long. The accounting profession continues to evolve. It now requires more than number skills. It also requires people skills.
In engineering in the Forest Service, we're involved in the planning, the design, and the final completion of projects like roads, bridges, trails, campgrounds, and regular structure buildings.
Working in law enforcement for the Forest Service, you get involved in lots of things, from people losing their dogs in the campground, through working firewood thefts. Our protesters that protest in the office are on a timber sale, and any timber theft that we may have.
Well, as a watershed specialist, my job is to see that any activities placed on the land are placed in such a way that they take into consideration the watershed resources. Much of my job is spent in the lakes and the fields, while some of it is in the office, documenting what I've seen and done. It's also a great environment to work in and wonderful people to work with.
Working as a personnel management specialist gives me the opportunity to work with a variety of individuals in a variety of occupations. I assist these people in their personnel management needs as they relate from hiring to firing. And I also work with individuals outside of the agency, those people that are interested in working for the Forest Service. It gives me great pleasure when I am able to match the needs of the Forest Service with the desire of someone who wants to work for us.
While all of these employees do different things, one way or another, every one of them is helping to protect the beauty and economic bounty of the land, so it can be preserved and passed on to your children and your children's children. Forest Service employees all share the goals of keeping the forests and grasslands healthy and productive, the air and water clean, providing recreation opportunities, and protecting the fish and wildlife. Few jobs have more responsibility. You can see that many career opportunities await you in the Forest Service. When selecting a career, you need to honestly think about what your interests are and what's important to you in a career. Then you need to study all of your career options to determine what education and experience is necessary to achieve make the future yours. Invest the time and energy to think about your future. If you don't, someone else will do it for you. The Forest Service knows that its greatest strength is its people. That is why it strives to make each person's job interesting, challenging, rewarding, and fun. Working for the Forest Service means more than just drawing a paycheck. It is a commitment to caring for them. It is a commitment to making a difference. I hope that you found this program useful as you begin to think about your future. Who knows? Maybe you'll be a part of this Forest Service family. Take care and happy career planning!